Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Get Writing Now. Today I'm going to show you why I made certain editing choices when editing Truth Be Told, which I wrote a couple of weeks ago. So let's get straight into it with the first paragraph. This is probably going to be better viewed on a larger screen if you can. The original's on the top and the edited version below. I've highlighted in orange where things were changed. So here I changed this block of text because I didn't think it was specific enough. I wasn't connected to them. Seemed as if the character already knew what was going on, and he didn't. The second block of text is completely new. If your heart started doing funny things, your first reaction would probably be that something was badly wrong. That's what I was going for with this. In this second chunk, the first change I went for was simple clarity. And it reminded me of Gramps, was to give a bit of context to the face without having to say it was wrinkly or there was grey hair. After all, most people will have an image in their head of what a grandfather looks like. The final change refers back to the previous paragraph. The character is relieved because there isn't something wrong with his heart. Something else is definitely going on. In this piece, I wanted to give more detail about the voice. If I were to edit this again, I would put that information before the character speaks. But more on that later. Only one change in this block. I thought Child of the Future needed to be highlighted with capital letters as it was an important title. Unfortunately, I've had to put this bit on two boards because it won't quite fit. This change in orange is another one for clarity. Firstly, the main character is commenting on his traits without really sounding like he's doing so. Secondly, Ryan hasn't been introduced yet, so that information needs to be before he speaks. I also split the paragraph because it felt like two different bits of information were being told. Here, what I wrote originally could be understood, but I thought it needed a little more clarity. I also thought it was better not to have brushed twice, so I changed one to grazing. There is still some repetition here though. Can you see it? I would change that if I were to edit this again. So twice I've said, if I edited it again. That's quite difficult to say. There are a couple of reasons for that. First, nothing you write will ever be perfect. You could go on editing for years and years and years and keep tweaking little bits here and there. At some point, you have to say, that's it. Doesn't matter how long or how short the story is. The other thing is, I really like this story and I want to continue it. Which of course means I will be editing it again and I'll be making those changes and possibly some more. By the time you see this, because I create these about a month in advance, I'll probably be well into writing that story. Hopefully, I'll be doing that over Christmas. And I'll keep you updated as to how it's going. I hope I've given you a few things to look out for when editing your own stories. I might do this again with some of the future stories that I write here. Speaking of that, I should probably write another one for next week. Better get to it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.